Okay. And then I'm going to post this to live stream. So we'll do live on Facebook. And then it always takes a minute to connect. And I never know when it's going to do it. Okay. So I'm going to put that on there now. Okay. I gotta put it in a description. I'm sorry, I'm not just like making weird eye contact with you guys.
Were you working?
She's typing a novel.
Okay. All right, now I just gotta check it because a lot of times it's preparing the live stream. Okay.
Jen, that's funny that you say that talking about dinosaurs, because scientists say that they have came up with the reason why people could not hear pterodactyls go to the bathroom, and they say it's because the P was silent.
Hey, what did the lawyer name her daughter? Sue. Hey everybody, welcome back to this episode of So Much JENergy. It's me, Jenny McKinney, and I am here with Jeff Joe.
Jen, thanks for having me.
I mean, Builder Bob. He looks like Builder Bob.
You look like that, like goofy.
He looks like Bob the Builder tonight.
Not by choice. Taking the dog for a walk.
Oh, well, it's cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of cold in Michigan, we have another Michigan buddy here, Sherry Boroto. Welcome, Sherry.
Welcome, Sherry.
Sherry's Thanks in the Merman with you. Yeah, so good to be here, Sherry. Yeah, so Sherry and I are medium buddies. Not I consider her one of my extra large friends, not in size, but in spirit. Oh yeah, so Sherry, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we're gonna just pop right into having a great time.
Okay, so as Jen said, I am one of her medium buddies, and the first time I saw her in a class, I'm like, I am going to be friends with her. And I was right. But
yes, and look at us now.
I know, here we are.
Yeah.
Way to go.
So my husband and I do some paranormal investigating, and we're into all that kind of stuff. We like to go to paracons and all that. And one day he came up with this idea. He said, I'm going to write paranormal stories and I'm going to read them. And I'm just going to do a podcast where I'm reading them. And I said, well, that would be really cool. And then I started laughing and I said, you know what? He said, what? I said, wouldn't it be really great if I did really bad sound effects? And we both just busted out laughing. And Dark and Precious Storytime was born. So he's dark and I'm precious. So he writes stories. He's a really good writer. He writes great stories. And my sound effects are pretty bad, but it adds a little bit of levity, and then we do some witty banter at the end.
Yeah.
So
I know, I love it.
That's kind of how we got started.
Yeah. Super fun. And then you're so your daytime job though, you're a social worker, is that correct?
I am. Yes.
Yeah. So you're doing social work, mediumship, and podcasting.
Yes.
Yes. Woo. Okay, that's a lot. Yes.
It is.
And we've done how long ago do you think we met? Like a few years ago, right?
It's been a few years, yeah.
Yeah.
You and me, or you and her?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Jeff Jones and I met about 46 years ago when he got here.
Fall of 79?
Yes. up and then hey,
then I went away for a while.
Like 2 years. No joke.
I
mean, for real. I think you were in the hospital for a long time. I think
they forgot me at the hospital. And then like 2 years went by and Dad was like, didn't we have another one?
Yeah.
And they came back and got me. Well, the perfect
one was already at home. So they were like, why bother? So oh, man. Good times. But no, really, Jeff Jones was in the hospital for a long time with asthma.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like in a tent, like those tents that they would have around the crib.
You mean like Boy in the Plastic Bubble tent?
Yeah.
I do think I could talk and walk before I got to leave the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because by the time I was 2, I could already have done that, right?
Yeah. Well, you should have been.
I was probably reading books.
Well, you probably were. You were probably talking about conspiracy theories in that tent, and they're like, whoa!
I was looking at the nurse like, you ever seen E.T.? It was a lot like E.T.
Hey, Chrissy, buddy. Chrissy's watching us, so hey, Chrissy.
Hi, Chrissy. We love Chrissy.
Chrissy's our buddy. Right.
Shout out. What the hell?
Well, she commented. She's watching on our video, so I had to give her a little shout out. She real cute. Yeah. Yeah, good times. Sherry, and so every time I go to Michigan, I make sure like Sherry and I get together. We've had like good food each time, like laughing our faces off, and then there was a crap storm of snow, so we had to exit our visit.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah,
we didn't even get to go to the Booby Rock store.
I know, so sad. But maybe next time when we're there.
Next time.
Yeah. See, Chrissy's waving to us online, so that's good times with Chrissy. Jeff Jones, do you have anyone here?
No, I'm still trying to look for it on there to see it like live, and I can never find it. It doesn't show up on my feed until like 9 o'clock or something. It does not look.
Oh man!
What's wrong with you?
Good
Get
times.
it together.
So yeah, so Sherry does. She also does reading. So she pulls cards. Can you kind of share with the audience a little bit about that and like where you do that? Like, I mean, not like in your bathroom. I'm just saying like where they can find me.
I'm usually sitting on the toilet, just filling out the card.
Right.
No, but so you can find me on TikTok under Being My Authentic Self, and I just do a daily message from the universe. I've been slacking this week because I was sick and couldn't talk, and
well, talking's
otherwise
a requirement,
you would have just like had a little card and nothing.
Yeah, just a card. Can you imagine just doing like and then just put today's reading and then just have a card and there's no sound?
People be like, wow, we thought she was bad before.
No, you should just make like little cards. You should have like little cards and just put today's reading and then just start moving your mouth.
Stack of postcards and just be like, greetings from Maryland. They're like pulling today's a card for today.
From the universe, and then there's the pick for the galaxy, right?
Yeah.
It's a mystery in Alaska.
Oh my gosh. Well, hey Sherry, what is so yes, you do your card pulling and then you give a little message, which is so nice. And seriously, like you have an amazing voice for that. I'm not just saying that. Like it's very soothing and you do it every night and I'm like, this is just so nice. Like I was like, we're friends. Like, thank goodness I know her and she just is so nice. Like if your voice could just reach out and hug people, I feel like that's how it is. Yeah.
It probably would if it could do that.
Yeah. Just like, how like sometimes you want to just reach out and slap people, but opposite, you would just like reach out and just hug everybody. I feel like you would do that.
Right. But then I get slapped.
Right. Yeah.
The give and take.
Because you can't just go and hug everybody, apparently.
No, I know. Especially if they don't like it. So, consent. Yes.
Right. Consent is important.
Very, 100%. Yes. So, yeah, so what's your favorite part about mediumship?
Ooh, favorite part about mediumship. I think it's really connecting people with their loved ones and just that knowing that they get that message that they maybe really need, or they really just need to know, sometimes you just need encouragement and your family is always there, right?
Yeah,
And they're always around you, and you and I know this. And I really love to be able to make that connection for people.
yeah, yeah. I love that. I love that. And the way that you give messages too is just so, like you carry that over into your message. You know what I mean? How loving and how passionate you are about, just sharing that message.
Well, I
Oh,
mean, like nobody wants to pay you to tell them that their brother thinks they're a jerk or something, right?
right. Your brother is here and he's saying that you were
Be nice
kind of,
about it.
yeah, kind of an a-hole like when you were growing up. So we're going to just ignore that.
Right.
Yeah. I love too when there's like certain message, like a certain message or a certain word that somebody had, or something very specific to them.
Mhm.
Let's say if they had not necessarily like a conversation of like, hey, when I come back I'm going to say popcorn, or like, you know what I mean, but it would be where something random comes to me, and when I give it to them it's specific to them, but I don't know what it means. So I love when we get out of the way and just give it to the person and then it's meant directly for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. One time I had a reading and I was doing a gallery reading. I think you might have been there. And I'm like, okay, so this person came through and they're a clown and they drive a milk truck. And I'm like, nobody's going to take this. Like, how random is that? And somebody's like, yeah, that's me. That's my uncle.
Yeah. Right. And you're like you're just like, dude, we just have a clown out here just like, see, and that's so funny because as a random story, Jeff Jones and I met a clown at Kmart in
Oh,
Waterford and his name was Milky.
Milky the
Milky the clown.
Clown.
So see?
That was
I'm like
life changing.
we
It
have a
was.
we have a
Oh,
Polaroid picture to prove that.
we do have a Polaroid picture, but it was life changing in the sense that at that age, I realized I can make a living as a clown. Like that's a job. Like this guy's
And
just
yet,
out
that's
here
not your
doing
job,
this.
is it?
Right.
No,
Oh my
no,
God.
it
Yeah.
almost was.
Dang. Man.
Clown
Kmart.
college wasn't so expensive.
Yeah, good times. Hey, speaking of Kmart, our buddy Kevin is on here. He's watching us too. Sup, Kevin. So
Wrong with
giving him a
you?
shout out. Yeah, so good times with the mediumship. And then do you find too that does your mediumship ever carry over into like your day job? Do you have to just tell spirit to kind of leave you alone, or do you already have boundaries up?
I'm pretty good with my boundaries, but there are times where I think I don't have necessarily spirits come through, but my spirit guides, I'll be like, okay, what do I say in this moment? Because sometimes somebody will say something and you're like, I don't have a response to that.
Yeah.
And then the perfect thing, pops into my mind. So in that way, it is helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. Super helpful. I love that. I find too that it's pretty like closed door with me during the day, unless I like run to the store and I can feel somebody kind of standing there, like with that person. But they
Hmm.
don't really say anything to me. I can just kind of feel them being there, but they don't say anything. Thank goodness, because what if I'm talking to like nobody is there on the left, you know what I mean? And I'm like, hey, how's it going? Kind of like
You,
Jeff Jones probably feels like right here when we're all like,
I was like, do you ever just like throw stuff into your cart and then you get home and you're like, hey, I didn't put that in there. And like you blame it on other things, but like in reality, like you knew what you're doing. You won that case of Go-Gurt.
yeah. Like Spirit really wanted me to have that dark chocolate bar, that whole bar
You say
this
dark
size.
chocolate?
Chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
It's a new thing.
It's like charcoal, but
It's
chocolate.
Can you imagine your mouth after that? That would like terrible. Oh, gross. And that would be very bad for your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you have to eat that to get rid of stuff. Chocolate. Man, that's kind of what it is for dogs, right? Because that would be bad.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be eating chocolate.
No.
Or white potatoes.
Oh, yeah, or grapes or tomatoes.
What the hell?
I don't know.
I know they can't eat grapes. I didn't know about the potatoes.
I didn't even know grapes were a thing.
I didn't.
Is it a choking hazard?
No, grapes will kill a dog.
Yeah.
Like, it causes renal failure.
Yeah. Nobody wants their renal failed.
No, failed renal. I just got mine rebuilt.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Whatever.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Jeffy, do you have any questions for Sherry about anything that she's doing in her life?
No, I like the concept that her and her husband have going for their podcast, though, that he writes stories and she does sound effects for him.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah.
I like
Real
that.
good time. Yeah. So this week we have a fun story. So Sherry's husband didn't write this one, and that's okay. You know, I know he was sad about that. We're not trying to steal his thunder, okay? But Jeff Jones, oh, hey, super quick, one hot second before we start the story, because I wanted to mention the astronauts. I know we talk about them almost every week. But I heard on the radio, so I don't know if you know about this, Sherry, but the astronauts went up for they were supposed to be there a week. They went in there last June. And they've been there for 200
They're
some
still
days.
there. Their ship got damaged on its way to the space station.
Yeah.
And they knew that once they landed, they were not going to fly that back.
Yeah.
And they are still there.
So they just still. And they just did an interview with them, and they're like, hey, how are you doing? And I'm sure they're having a meltdown, right? And they were like, what's the first thing you're going to do when you get back? And the one guy was like, well, I'm going to hug my kids. And I was like, man, your legs probably won't work to do that, but...
These people, they started interviewing them, though, and these people, they're trying to remember what it's like to walk.
Oh, wow.
Because they know that they've been pretty much at zero gravity for so long that their body has no muscle. It's losing its muscle because there's zero resistance to anything they do. Like even just getting up in the morning out of bed, standing up, there's resistance. It causes muscles to tense. You're still utilizing muscles, but they are not utilizing their muscles, and that they're not going to know how to walk when they return.
Yikes.
Dang. Have a gurney on cue.
I believe they're supposed to be coming back in May.
Oh my God. Can you imagine hey, I'm going to run out. I'm just going to run up to space for a week, but I'm going to be right back.
These people have families.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the sad part is where's Dad?
No, they're stuck at the space station. And then there was a chance that I believe the Chinese were going to swing by and pick them up and bring them back while they were already in space doing something. But for some reason, the spacesuits that they have on at the space station were not compatible with the Chinese spacecraft. And so they didn't even bother. No-go. Didn't even bother going by.
No.
Wow.
Crazy. Didn't see that coming.
I couldn't imagine being stuck with the same people for a year
and
not being able to leave.
It's just a man and a woman, two of them. That's it.
And you can't even storm out. You can't even be give me my own space. You can't even be go
to slam the door and you just go across the room.
You just are floating around, just bouncing off everything. Oh man, that is.
Yeah.
Then when you just keep looking at the Earth, you know what I mean, through that view, and you're like, look, this was gorgeous. The first
every time it comes around, you're like, there it is again.
Oh, it's too much. It's too much. Oh man. Okay. So, sorry to bring that. I know you're triggered by that, Jeff Jones. I know that. Here, give it up. Let's give a $150 meditation drum to clear that energy out of Jeff Jones there. He's triggered.
Not triggered. It's just bothered. I feel bad for him.
I know. It's terrible. That is crazy. So you, in solidarity with them, you had to wear your Bob the Builder hat.
What does that have to do with anything?
So speaking of Jeff Jones building things, he did build this story for us.
I did
And
write this story.
yes, this is a very good story. It's a pick me
It
up.
is.
And this is yeah, so we all have our own parts. We know what's going to happen, and then Sherry is going to do something.
And you don't know what's going to happen then.
Which I am sorry if I overlap the sound effects. So just so you know, our audio is all split out, like our each audio. So if I'm overlapping you, it won't come out like that in the audio podcast. But because I'm gonna have to like keep muting every time I do a line and then mute and then do a line and then mute so I don't laugh. But I'm
Did
sorry
you read
now.
the story, Jen?
Yeah.
All right, just checking.
Yeah.
I came up with this when I was driving back from New York to Michigan.
No, it's really good. And it's like the perfect length, you know what I mean? It's not too long. It gets to the point, and then it's got to feel good.
It's got a whole arc to it.
I mean, yeah. We're going to take you on a journey. A So Much JENergy journey. Let Sherry get her.
Getting serious.
Yeah, it's serious. Sherry is in podcast mode, okay? All right, everyone, even in the audience, take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Oh, man. Okay, so here we go. Here is this story. Yeah, so Jeff Jones, here we go. Kick it off.
All right, I will start with the narration.
All right.
The story takes place many years ago and is about a 10-year-old adult named Jenny. One day, Jenny was walking through the forest, observing the wildlife. She was determined to get her forest badge. It was the last one she needs to complete her bumblebee's vest.
Why am I a 10-year-old adult?
Jen, you're a 10-year-old adult.
Okay. All right. I have everything I need. My official Bumblebee's Forest book, magnifying glasses, and of course, my first aid kit. There are so many plants and creatures.
What are you?
In the forest.
Ants don't make noise.
Oh, I didn't know if creatures was going to make noise. I was waiting. I was giving you some space in case you were going to. That's
I would
okay.
just read it.
Yeah. There are so many plants and creatures in the forest. There's dragonflies, beavers. I'm sorry, I think I was laughing. I go near your beaver.
I don't do this live.
Okay. No, this is great. Okay. Beavers. And even snakes.
As Jenny neared the forest, she heard all sorts of noises. There were chainsaws
Run.
and men yelling.
Timber.
There were trees falling.
Woo.
And loud wood chippers.
Run.
I don't like the sound of that noise. I'm going to the other side of the river where it's quieter.
Jen crossed the river and right away noticed beavers gnawing on trees.
Nom 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 nom.
Birds yelling at each other.
Caw-caw, caw-caw.
And a colony of ants building a large ant hill. She retrieved her magnifying glass quickly.
These ants are working so fast and efficiently to build their homes. I need a closer look.
While Jenny was observing the ants building, she heard a low and faint whimper coming just through the trees.
That doesn't sound like an animal in distress, but it may need my help.
Jen made her way through the brush and heard the whimper getting closer.
It sounds like... Oh, I'm sorry. Sherry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm done. Go on.
It sounds like it's coming from this way.
When Jenny stepped from the tree, she instantly startled a large animal sitting on a log with his head in his paws, crying.
Hello?
The animal was startled.
all right. Don't be scared. I'm a friend.
Jenny had never seen a creature like this. It looked like a bear, but also looked like a very hairy man as well.
My name is Jenny. What is yours?
The animal just made a bunch of grumbling noises and erratic gestures.
Stay calm. I'm a friend.
Jenny put her hand on the beast's arm, and he calmed down, but was still very upset. Jenny sat next to him on his log. She was very curious what this creature was and how she could help him.
Tell me, what has you so upset?
The creature made a bunch of gestures, showing trees being cut down and trees falling.
I see. Those men are destroying your home and you have nowhere to go? I see. Let's work together and see if we can't find a solution to your problem. I am Jenny. I am a bumblebee ranger.
Jenny extends her hand for a shake. The creature shakes her hand and points to his feet, gesturing that his feet are long.
Why are you pointing to your feet? Oh, you have big feet. Nice to meet you, Big Feet. Can I call you Harry?
Jenny and Harry make their way through the forest towards the noisy side of the river when Jenny spots a rare plant.
Look, Harry!
Jen flips through her plant field guide.
Is it jalopy?
Yeah, jalopy.
Jalopy. Okay. This is a jalopy bush. Very rare and very thorny. I need a small sample of this.
Jen snips a small branch and places it in her backpack.
I need some samples to complete my bumblebee vest.
Just then, the noise gets louder and closer. This scares Harry. This scares Harry, and he runs away from the noise.
Harry, wait!
Jen gives chase, but Harry eludes her. She comes to a clearing, and she doesn't see Harry.
Harry, where did you go?
Harry steps from behind a small tree.
Ta-da!
Harry! Wow, you are good at hiding.
Just then, Jenny sees that Harry is about to step on a thorny bush.
Harry, wait!
Jenny bends down and sees that is a jalopy bush. Jenny grabs her field guide and flips through the pages frantically.
Oh, I know it's in here.
She continues flipping the pages.
I found it. Harry, I have an idea, but I will need you to hide somewhere until I get back. Now, where can we put you?
Jenny looks around for a place to have Harry hide when she notices that Harry is already gone.
Harry! Harry!
Harry steps from behind a small tree to reveal himself. He is good at hiding.
I don't have a sound effect for hiding.
It's okay. I will be back. Stay here and stay out of sight. I have someone to go visit.
Jenny goes to the mayor's house and knocks on the door.
Knock, knock, knock.
The door opens.
Hello, Jenny. Splendid day.
No time for small talk, sir. I have official Bumblebee code yellow.
Jenny and the mayor arrive at the forest edge where the men are chainsawing the trees.
Stop cutting at once.
This land is now designated as a natural habitat and must remain untouched. It is a home to a very rare and exotic plant, the jalopy bush, and must remain as natural as possible.
That's right. We are lucky to have it here, and lucky that Jenny was able to use her knowledge of the forest to save it from extinction. In doing so, she has more than earned her Bumblebee Forestry badge.
Thanks, Mayor. And in saving the jalopy bush, I have saved the forest for many other animals and creatures that call it home.
And with that, the big feet were saved. The jalopy bush can prosper, and the beavers can dam on.
Those damn beavers.
Beavers always damming shit.
Is that a real plant? Or is that?
No.
Oh, I thought that might have been code for other things.
No. Like,
I was like, oh, great. Is this a reference
to what?
to ganja?
Chiba?
I was like, is he making me
Hooch?
say? Yeah, is he making me say some code that I don't even know what's happening?
No.
I'm like, because this one makes two of his favorite things: that and Bigfoot.
They probably go hand in hand.
Oh yeah, maybe he just like appears in the smoke of it. No.
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 Do not
Oh
insult
man.
him.
Oh man. Good time, Sherry, with the sounds. Oh my
That was
god.
fun.
That was a good time. And then remember when I said I couldn't hear your beaver? Remember I said that?
I was like, don't be inappropriate. Don't be inappropriate.
Oh yeah, no, that is funny. Funny and inappropriate. Yeah. Good times. So
Nice.
Sherry, do you have anything coming up that you want to share or advertise?
Coming up that I want to share or advertise. Oh gosh, I don't have anything planned right now.
Okay.
I have fun stories, but I don't have anything planned.
Yeah. Well, where can people find your podcast? Can you share the name again and where they can find that?
Yes, so it's Dark and Precious Storytime,
Okay.
and you can find it on Spotify, Amazon Music, Buzzsprout,
Oh, Buzzsprout.
and one other place. I don't know where.
Yeah.
I don't know. Brett handles that.
Yeah. Awesome. And then if they wanted to get in contact with you for like mediumship or anything that you're doing spiritual, where can they find you for that?
So I have a page on Facebook. It's Whispers of Emerald.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have Instagram, Whispers of Emerald, all one word. And then I have a website, whispersofemerald.com.
Oh yeah. And how did you come up with that name? I meant to ask you that when I actually found it.
I
So
like
was
that.
like,
That's a
ooh,
good
I
name.
love that. Yeah.
Well, so I figured the whispers were the spirits talking to us, right?
Yeah.
And emerald is my birthstone, and I've always loved that stone. And I looked it up, and it's a symbol of hope. So I want to give messages of love and hope. And so
Oh,
that's how I did Whispers of Emerald.
yeah. I love that. I love that. And oh, uh just to add too, so we just had Reiki class together, so energy class. Reiki, we're not talking about raking leaves, Jeff Jones. Yeah, no.
I don't know why. Whenever you talk about Reiki, I picture you dragging a little rake through the little sand, like how they put on a desk or a table, like a size of a shoebox. Yeah, I always picture when you're like we're doing Reiki, like just dragging this little rake and like making little squiggle lines.
It'd be like a Zen Gen. It'd be Gen Zen.
I don't know why. That's what I always think.
My little rake.
I know it's probably not that, but I like.
It is not that. Not even close. No, it's just like pulling energy and then you push not push it, but it flows through you and then you facilitate like where it's going. But yeah, I know. So just to share with you too, I just had a activation for like the world peace part of master Reiki training today, and it was amazing. So during master Reiki training, we're going to do a world peace implementation, and it's intense and it is amazing. So
nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I know. That'll be super helpful too, just for just the people in the class. So if anybody's interested, we're doing Master Reiki training. So if you have Reiki 1 and 2, Master Reiki training will be at the end of March. And then I'm also doing a group Reiki healing on March 9th. So it's Sunday, March 9th. I'm going to do it I think I listed it at 7:00. And it's a limit of 10 people, and it's so that I can, help facilitate the energy of healing, and
Nice.
there'll be messages. Sometimes I get spirit messages, or specific things for you. So that'll be a group. So that's on my website too, jenny-mckinney.com, and then all the classes. And then Kaz is coming. So
I can't wait for that.
I know. So Sherry and I both have a mentor. Her name's Kaz Dukes. She was on here last week, and yeah, she's coming to Tennessee. So is Sherry. So is Chrissy. Super excited for everybody to get here in June. So if you want to register for that, it's an amazing price point. And then our neighbor was able to get us an amazing deal on the hotels in the area. So yeah, I have a special hotel link. So if you need somewhere to stay, let me know that too. But get registered, because we have limited spots for that too. So Jeff Jones, what do you have anything you want to advertise?
Griff and his band made a music video. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
For his band Acid Youth.
Acid
the song
Youth.
is Kitty City. If you look up Kitty City.
Okay.
Acid Youth.
Acid Youth. ACID. Yeah. Youth.
Yep. Youth.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, no, been watching that show Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Watching that. Got through season 1 of that. I finished Queen's Gambit.
Okay.
I'd watched that. That was so good. Did you
So
seen
good.
that?
Yeah.
So good.
So good.
What's that?
Love that.
What's that actress's name that plays in that? I just finished it this morning. I watched the last episode.
I can't
Is it
think of
Anna Taylor-Joy?
Yes, I think
Something like that.
Yeah.
Joy Taylor Ann. Is it
Yeah.
like, I think it's
Joy's
like
in her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so good. That was a really good show. That was just about like chess back in the 60s and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Really good. Yep.
So
Finished
good.
that. Then I got through season 1 of Yellow Jackets. That's really good.
Real good. We're on
Yeah.
season 2.
I mean, I'm
I
hoping.
haven't watched
3.
that one
We're
yet.
on 3.
It's
3.
so-
I'm sorry.
We were looking for something to start the other day and we watched the trailer, and that is nothing at all like I thought. Like when you hear like, oh, it's about a girls' high school soccer team or whatever, Yellow Jackets, you're like, eh. But like, that's all I knew was that, and that it had Christina Ricci in it. But besides that, I was like, oh. And then so we watched the trailer for that. Jeez, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Definitely not what you would think it would be.
No, not at all.
It's very like mind-boggling, I guess I would call it, for real. Like it's very like thrillery kind of, but you're like, what is happening? Like what is going on? It's interesting. Yeah, it's good.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, real good. Yeah.
But besides that, nope, got to go back to work tomorrow.
Oh.
Been off for 4 days, had off after I got back.
Oh yeah.
Gotta go back.
Side note, time changes next weekend.
Oh.
Next Sunday. It was
Spring
a little
ahead.
bit darker. Yeah, it was darker later today. But just don't be like Ronnie Jones and move your clocks ahead
His
a week
probably
ahead.
already changed.
He likes to
Probably
change
already
them,
set
and
'em
then
ahead.
he had everybody convinced at his work that it was the day to change them. So they were all trying to change their clocks, and it was not the right day.
Week early.
A week early.
Some
God,
people
this
were
guy.
late because of him.
Well, they should. Because he did it in the fall, and it was fall back, so they would have been an hour late. Yeah, not good, Ronnie. Get it together, man. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Sherry, for being here. We will put the links in the comments of the live stream and then in the show notes of the podcast. Super excited. I can't wait to see you. I know we'll see you again, but I'll see you in June when you're here. And yeah, we'll see everybody again next week. I hope you have an awesome week. And keep laughing and staying sane.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thanks for coming on here. Nice to meet you, Sherry.
Thanks for having me. And it was nice meeting you too.
Yeah, good times. All right.